Well, it's overcast here at Arthur W. Perdue Stadium in Salisbury, Maryland, but the future, Steve, is bright. Paul Mancano and Steve Molesky here talking about the influx of draft picks coming to the Delmarva Shorebirds. And Steve, this roster has had a complete overhaul over the past 24 hours, and a lot of young talent is now joining this team.
It's like the third team here in Delmarva this year, Paul. Of course, they had Gunnar Henderson and Jordan Westberg, J.D. Mundy early. They were scoring 7 or 8 runs a night, beating everybody. Those guys moved to Aberdeen, and they kind of went through a transitional phase where they held their own. Then they started to struggle a little bit, and now here comes 15 new players today introducing themselves to the staff. And Dave Anderson, the manager, told us he walked in and had 30 eyes on him saying, "Who's that guy, by the way?" "Oh, he's our manager." So they're getting to know each other. But it's exciting because Dave told us the lineup tonight, if they can get this game in here after the rain, will be all on the field outside the pitcher, all draft picks. So it's an entirely new lineup. That's 1 through 9 draft picks from 2021 and Kobe Mayo from 2020. So pretty exciting stuff happening here at Perdue Stadium.
Absolutely, and it probably starts at the top with Colton, the guy that we talked to today. And Dave Anderson, you mentioned the manager, talked about these guys finding their swing as they get their feet wet in pro ball. Colton Cowser seems to have a pretty good swing as is. He has been raking down in Florida before he got the jump up here, and it seems like this is a guy, he is as he is billed, as a great contact bat for the Orioles.
He's 11 for 22, so that average will play in any league. That was in the Florida Complex League. I think he knows it's a couple of the hitters remarked today that the velocity they saw in Florida was really strong, but they expect here in Delmarva more of a complete pitcher, more pitchability, more breaking balls, more command. So they know they'll be challenged here. It's full season ball, and this is the bump up for these guys. So what record will they produce? We don't know. This Delmarva team's like 4 games out of a playoff spot with a month to go, so that's exciting too. They have something to shoot for. But I think we were struck today by how together this group is. This draft class in Florida did some amazing bonding. They're an incredibly close-knit group with great chemistry now. So now they're trying to blend with the holdovers here to make for a nice team to finish out the season.
They do have a lot in common. It's a lot of hitters, a lot of college players as well, certainly at least from the first 9 or 10 rounds. Some of the pitchers going in the back end, we talked to Carlos Tavera, one of the pitchers in that group.
Right.
Interesting to see how they use the pitchers. Obviously, the hitters are going to be used just about every day, you would think, in the lineup, as Dave Anderson mentioned, but some of the pitchers could be used as starters, some as relievers, but they'll certainly get some exposure to pro ball as well.
A little bit, and probably because some of them have thrown a lot of innings in college already, maybe even into June, like Tavera, he may only get some 1-inning outings, 2 or 3 times a week. So he's not going to throw a lot of innings, but he'll pitch in pro ball. He'll face a really good level of hitter. And, he's really a smart kid, as we found out. Talks about the mechanics, talks about the data, the analytics they're already introducing him to, and he already had some of that in college. So, it's a savvy group of players that kind of understands the current game. It's not just about old school techniques. It's blending old school with some of the new school data and technology and places the Orioles are going. And the other thing that struck me today about some of these kids, they're already taking pride in that number 2 Baseball America ranking. Some of them are the reason that ranking went up, and they already take pride in, the organization.
Absolutely. Almost unprecedented, the amount of young talent joining this roster all within a matter of a couple days, and it'll certainly be exciting to see an entire lineup full of draft picks today here in Salisbury, Maryland. Steve Molesky, thanks so much for joining us. Paul Mancano here for MASN All Access, down covering the Delmarva Shorebirds.